welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have some great St. Patrick's Day inspired arts and crafts for your little ones. Alright, if you're new here, I'm Claire. My channel is all about mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff, but you probably already know that if you clicked on this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and coming on by to see these arts and crafts. As you'll see in this video, there are a few things that I cut and glue. But if your kids are a little bit older than mine are 4 and 2, if your kids are a little bit older, you could have them a little bit more involved in some of the other sort of parts of the arts and crafts. So these projects would be good for all ages. Now I won't just waste more time chit-chatting, so let's get right into the video. First project we are making today are these adorable little leprechaun masks. I just went to Dollar Tree and got a pack of white paper plates, and I cut the centers out. Then I'm going to use the center to make like a little leprechaun bowler hat. So I'm just going to do that by like making a semicircle shape. And I'm also going to use another paper plate to make the two brims. You could use like cardboard, or you could like do it without doing it in two parts like that. I just wanted to make use of all my scraps. So I've got these for one for each of the boys. And the glue I also got at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to glue the brims on. And of course, if you had an older child, they could totally do this part. My kids are like not into this stuff. They're like, if it's not paint, I don't care. So now they are going to be painting these orange. I thought these oranges would be a little bit different and it would give their masks a little bit of dimension, but they turned out to be almost the exact same color. So I'm just having them paint these rings orange. And then I'm going to go in with my green paint. These are like more different, so they ended up looking pretty cool. And I just let both my kids get as creative as they wanted to with it. They actually both ended up pretty different, which I thought was interesting because using the same supplies, each kid did something a little bit different. And now I'm just going to glue the little hat on and use some black construction paper to make a little black buckle for each of their masks. You could definitely also use a glue stick, and that would work as well. But I just think these are so darling, and this would be really good as like a photo prop. If you were doing a photo booth or for Instagram, for school or daycare. These kids thought they were so funny, and like, come on, those are the cutest leprechauns you ever saw. Alright, next we are making some leprechaun binoculars. We were saying we were going leprechaun hunting, but then that sounded sort of like wrong to me, so we went leprechaun watching with these. And I've just used these toilet paper tubes, and I measured them on some green construction paper. And I'm just going to use a little bit of glue on a glue stick to wrap these up. Again, if you had an older child, or perhaps a child that was more interested in crafts, then they could definitely do this part, but as hard as I try, I mean, Fox definitely is not a super crafty kid. Desmond is, but not this kind of stuff. He'd rather put the glitter on in the end. So I'm just going to cover each of those. And then I'm going to use some glue to attach them to each other. And another trick that I found was using these like paper clamps. Gosh, I don't know what they're called. I don't know why that's a thing I don't know the word for, but you know what I mean, those paper clampy things. And I'm going to clamp those on either side while they dry. That way they'll be nice and tight. And now I've just gone through my little craft cupboard and just gathered some green and gold glittery items. So we have some feathers and some buttons and some beads and sequins, and I'm just letting the boys decorate them. A lot of times with this kind of thing, I'll just put glue dots all over and they can just stick whatever they want on there. Fox's was rather minimal. He was like kind of done with this, but Desmond is very like meticulous when it comes to his crafting, so he spent quite a bit of time putting each thing where it belonged. And then when we were done, we went on a leprechaun watching tour, and my favorite part about this
is that they decided one of them would play the leprechaun and the other one would be the leprechaun finder. And this turned into a very hilarious St. Patrick's Day style game of hide and seek. Alright, for our last craft, we are making some gold nuggets. Now, this is the coolest thing ever. I use this Mod Podge. You can buy smaller containers of this at Dollar Tree, but I got the big one because we use it a lot. And what you're gonna do is just lightly coat your rock with the Mod Podge. They weren't that excited about doing this part because Mod Podge is like clearish white, so definitely not that exciting. But when you get the little vials of glitter out, oh my goodness, both of them were so excited that we were using this glitter because it's like a thing we hardly ever use because it's so messy. And I just had them roll their rocks in this glitter. And now we have to let those dry for quite a while. And now I'm going to put a really thin layer of the Mod Podge over top of the whole rock. And this trick is so cool, you guys, because none of the glitter will fall loose at all. So, like, if you're like me and glitter is like the worst because it gets everywhere in your house, this is like a really cool way to keep it all in place. And if you could like paint them, that would be an idea, but it would chip. So this is kind of like the coolest like way to get super awesome golden nuggets. And the boys just like were so impressed with these. They thought they were cool. Both of my kids have like a rock collection, so this is like the shining gem of the collection now. So they really, really liked this. And each of them had to like explain to me the physics behind it.
Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to get some St. Patty's Day magic going in your house. The boys had the best time making these. I think their favorite thing, honestly, was probably the gold nuggets. They were like so mystified by them, and I think they wish we'd have made like a whole bucket. So maybe we will need like an entire pot of gold. That might be happening. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Are you going to be trying any of these with your kids? I'd love to hear it. And have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!